Welcome back to the channel. I know it's been a minute since I posted a video, especially with the Trans Am. Today we got some goodies from Restore a Muscle Car. We got a part for the AC that I'm going to fix underneath the dash, and we got a brand new center console because I have a crack on mine that's always bothered me. So we're going to pull this car inside the garage, get them installed, and then we'll be looking fresh. The same place I got these parts, Restore a Muscle Car, is where I got the wheels from and who I went on the Bandit run with in 2023. So let's crack in and see what we got. This is a piece that I'll show you here in a second. It's gonna go underneath the dash, part of the AC flow, and it's cracked on it now, and it's always bothered me, so this will be a fantastic addition to help get rid of the old cracked piece. And then this big dog here is for the center console. Oh yeah. This spot right here is where mine is cracking. It's all flaking off here. Let's go ahead and disassemble the inside. Step one is gonna be to take everything out of the center console. Got some very random things in there. I've got a dress sock, $100, the clip for my radar detector, and some fuses. In the very early days of this car, it was blowing fuses, but we've sorted out all the kinks. There's 2 screws in here. Use a flathead and pop those out. All right, so once we got those 2 out, you can just remove this inner liner. The whole thing will come out with the top on it. And as you can see on the bottom, those is where the screws came from. All right, there's a couple more screws. One flathead and one looks like a little hex screw we can get out pretty easily. We should be good. In my particular case, this bolt was an 8mm, so got that out no problem. Now that's gonna completely lift up here, but first we gotta disconnect this bit here. So far so good, this is going very smoothly, fingers crossed. I'm gonna disconnect this part of my CB radio, and then I'm actually gonna remove the entire radio itself. It's actually just Velcroed down. All right, I got out most of it. I'm just actually gonna set this off to the side. Now the part that's a little difficult is we're gonna use a flathead to pop up. There's a little bit here where you can get in. Kinda gotta actually go around and kind of pry it, and there we go, okay. So that is what it looks like. It goes in. Now, the final piece of this, and I'm gonna put it in neutral with my foot on the brake, is to get this hog wire piece out. Now I have these tools that I bought. I will link them down below. I'm gonna put this in, and by squeezing out, it's gonna split that little ring and allow me to release this. That is what it looks like there, and you put this in here, and then you basically pry it out. Tapping onto it like this, and then pulling it up, and it worked just fine. So then that will allow you to release the actual cap. Then you're good to unbolt these 4 screws, remove this. The only other thing now, because this is fully lifting off the back here, that's freed of that. Now the final one is to get here and here on both sides. Before I get too far along, let me show you the befores real fast. There's a before of the cracks. You can see all through here. It is flaking and chipping, cracked through here, and I just colored in with black Sharpie. So here's the part that I was talking about for the AC unit. I've just put some duct tape there temporarily. We're gonna get this whole thing replaced. And once we pull this out, it'll be a little bit easier to access. Do a little cable management. I'm actually gonna fix a spot back here where the rug was bunching up a little bit, and then we should be good to go. So that should be everything. Now I should be able to pull it up here, slide it back there. Be careful on the CB here. If you don't have a CB, it'd be a little bit easier, but I just had to disconnect my CB. But there's the old one. Old one's out. Let's back it up a little bit and I'll show you what the inner. But there you go. So I'm gonna flatten out this back here now that I got the chance. I'm gonna vacuum it up a little bit, and we'll get cranking. There's my problem area that just bugged me. And there you go. Absolutely flawless. Before we put the new console in, I'm going to vacuum the carpet, tidy up any of the wires, and then also flatten out the rear carpet back here where it's humped up a little bit. Then we should be perfect. I'm gonna speed through this here. I'm just gonna basically massage it all forward, and then the excess will go up underneath the console. I figured out the reason why it's bunched up here is because there's not enough room up here, so I'm gonna cut this a little bit, slide that forward, and then we should be good to reinstall the center console and get working on the air vent. Oh Lord, this looks crazy, but in order to get it to lay flat, I've got the weights in there kind of setting the carpet down, and as I inch it forward and get the humps out, I put the weights in there. So we are very, very close to being done with this. I cut a little bit of the excess off, and we're just kind of sliding and shifting it forward. And then now I'm gonna get under here, make sure those wires are all buttoned up, make sure the shift knob here is all squared away, everything bolted in perfectly, and then we'll get ready to put the new console in. But just want to give you a little update. It is incredibly hot. I'm trying to hang in there. Hydrate. I will too. While I've still got the center console out, I'm gonna go ahead and replace this. This is the under dash mount where the air flows in, the air conditioning. Currently mine's got a crack in it, so I'll just get this all set in, situated, something like this, and we should be good. I made this way harder than it needed to be. If I had just taken out the glove box, I could have accessed the screw right there and I wouldn't have had to make a big production out of this. So for future reference, take the glove box out whenever you're doing this install piece here for the airflow underneath the glove box. All right, switching over to my phone for this part, but I was able to secure these in way better than it was originally secured in. This is absolutely solid now. Nothing is gonna get this out. What I was saying earlier was that it's key to take out the glove box so you can get access to this. You can make sure that the vents are lined up. As you can see there, it's perfectly lined up. I found this in my glove box. This is when I went on the Bandit Run Restore Muscle Car in 2023. You ought to be in Nashville. Dude, Restore Muscle Car is like the sickest spot for buying cars and then getting parts, and then just the events they put on are next level. So I love those guys. In order to wrap it up, I'm gonna put the 2 bolts in the bottom there, then insert the tray. Do the same down here. These little wing flaps, put the bolts in there, put in the tray, put the CV back up in there, and then put in the shift bezel and put on the shift knob, kind of reversing everything that I did. It was extraordinarily hot. I'm sorry for the piece together video. I was filming on the camera was overheating. All right, we got the console in. The only thing I had to do is put my foot on the brake and pop the gear selector all the way down into the lowest setting so I could thread it over the top of that, and then of course put it back in to park. But there you go. As you can see down in there, we'll be buttoning that up. I'll be removing the weights so that I have more room, but that's just to flatten out the carpet, as you can see there, and we are almost done. It's a new day. I know the video jumped a little bit, but I want to give you an update. Everything's back together and all buttoned up. We got the carpet in the rear flattened out. Got the new console back in. This looks gorgeous. I was able to tuck up the cord from the CB radio underneath here, so that's hidden. Did a little cable management back there, sorted out a few things. It looks great. I didn't have to modify this here at all, actually. I just had to modify the holes in the inner part of it where this bolts down, not this, but where this actual thing bolts in. I just had to mark 2 holes because it was just a little bit further back than the OE one. And then here is underneath the glove box. So I just put a bolt in here and a bolt in there. I put a little washer on it to give me a little bit of kind of hangover, so it would be nice and snug. I mean, this is very snug. And then what I was talking about was you need to have this off so you can line everything up. But that looks fantastic. Goes straight into here. This connects into over there. The whole thing flows through and gives you air to your legs and to the vents. So we are dialed in. It's looking amazing. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks again to Restore Muscle Car for having the best options available for updating the interior of my Trans Am. This one is gorgeous. One day, maybe I'll get one of their real deal ones, you know, the $150,000 Y82, fully built, fully restored models. But for now, I will keep restoring mine one part at a time. We'll see you guys later. Thanks.